thing. The whole thing is ridiculous.
I guess that means you're not going to wish me luck.
And you're telling me that virtually my entire senior staff is a part of this nonsense.
You're supposed to help your friends when they're in trouble, and Vic, hologram or not, is in trouble. Not that I expect you to care.
Look, this is not about Vic Fontaine.
And what is your problem?
You want to know? You really want to know what my problem is? I'll tell you. Las Vegas, 1962, that's my problem. In 1962, black people weren't very welcome there. Oh, sure, they could be performers or janitors, but customers, never.
Maybe that's the way it was in the real Vegas, but that is not the way it is at Vic's. I have never felt uncomfortable there, and neither has Jake.
But don't you see? That's the lie. In 1962, the civil rights movement was still in its infancy. It wasn't an easy time for our people, and I'm not going to pretend that it was.
Baby, I know that Vic's isn't a totally accurate representation of the way things were, but it isn't meant to be. It shows us the way things could have been, the way they should have been.
We cannot ignore the truth about the past.
Going to Vic's isn't going to make us forget who we are or where we came from. What it does is reminds us that we are no longer bound by any limitations, except the ones we impose on ourselves. What about Worf?
Oh, he'll never agree to it.
Neither is Quark.
I'm not sure he'd help. He thinks of you as his competition.
I'll get it. Gotta get this other side.
There's one little problem. We still want men short.
We need a high roller to make the craps table. Someone to gather a crowd. Keep attention away from the counter. Otherwise, the whole plan falls apart.
And we certainly can't let that happen. Now, exactly what do you need me to do?
Let's go over it one more time.
Do we have to? Everyone knows what they have to do, right?
It's all pretty simple, really.
Hey, far be it from me to tell Starfleet officers how to do their jobs.
But robbing casinos isn't part of any Starfleet job description I've ever read.
We can't afford to make any mistakes.
And we're not going to. Take us through it again.
You got it, Pally. It all begins with you. Keeping Frankie eyes away from the casino and the counter. Meanwhile, the captain and I will be laying down some heavy bread over at the craps table. Enough to draw a crowd.
Where are we going to get that kind of money?
I put a little away for a rainy day. Now, each night at precisely 11:45.
Well, one of the countermen takes a break to call home. Never varies his routine. He's gone for 8 minutes every night.
During those 8 minutes, Howard, the other counterman, has a martini blood.
That's where I come in. But first, I make a stop at poker table 3, where I hand a drink to Julian.
And I slip a few drops of Ipecac into Howard.
After which, I continue on to the counter. Set the tray down and leave.
Once Esri is out of the count room,
I go running up to the guard and tell him Chief O'Brien has stolen my chip.
do whatever you need to do to keep it distracted. And don't be afraid to turn on the waterworks. And Chief, you play innocent.
I am innocent. I've never seen this woman before in my life.
That's the ticket. Now remember, the two of you have to keep that guard away from the door for at least 2 minutes.
Once he takes a sip of his drink, Howard will come flying out of that counter at warp speed. Which is where I come in.
You and those fabulous Ferengi ears of yours.
Once I've opened the safe, you'll need some place to put all that money.
you're going to be surprised how much $1 million worth.
I think I can handle it.
When you walk into the casino, don't talk to anyone. Don't even look at anyone. Whatever you do, don't run. Just head to the exit, dump the cash in the garbage cans outside. With no money, no skin from Mr. Zemo, no Frankie, he comes yesterday.
And everything returns to normal when we pop open the champagne.
Music to my ears, pal.
8 minutes. That's how long we have to get into the counter room, open the safe, grab the money, and then get out again.
I bet we do it in 5.
When do we pull off the caper?
The sooner the better. Zemo's due in 2 days.
Then we have no choice. We go tomorrow night.
Hey, crazy.
That was fast. It has to be.
Minutes, 14 seconds.
We've got to do a lot better than that.
Right.
Go!
Let's get him dressed. Almost time.
I'm telling you, Mom. Something's going on in Bix that we don't know about.
Looking good as usual, Dollface.
I'm glad you like what you see.
I wish I could see more.
Well, you know what they say. Good things come to those who wait.
Who were they? And how much of you have they seen?
I never guessed.
I bet you don't.
Oh, 19. Let's see if you can beat that. 23, you bumped it.
Vodka martini. Good. Don't shake.
Right away, sir.
Get down. Thank you. Judy. Jeannie. I don't know.
$100.
Do you mind?
You're supposed to be a high roller, so start rolling and make it 2,000.
2,000.
Then you say we both smell like money at the crap tables.
Maybe later. Right now, I want you to buy me a drink. We can play footsie and have a game.
Pussies. I guess that's a start. Where's left off?
Don't worry about it.
It's your kind.
Coming out now, new shooter. Where things get interesting.